Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to do a 400 subscriber special. We just reached 400 subscribers. I think it was on the 10th, a couple days ago. So I wanted to thank everybody who's been subscribed to Higher Ground Gaming. And it's also on the anniversary of approximately, I'm not sure exactly what date in January, but I believe it's 3 years now since we started our channel. So I just wanted to thank everybody. It's been a great and wonderful journey here. So yeah, so 2020, our third year. Well, 3 years we've completed. So I just want to thank everybody, and as a special subscriber bonus here, we're going to do a National Pastime 3 game today, or tonight. It's going to be a good pitching matchup between Jerry Kooseman of the defending world champion Mets, who have been struggling so far, against Juan Marichal of the Giants. So let's take a look at the standings here. So the Mets are only 3-14 to start off the 1970 season, and the San Francisco Giants are 8-12. So those are the two teams here. So neither pitcher had their best season, or close to their best season, in 1970, but they're both quality pitchers. So I thought it was a good matchup to do here for our 400 subscriber special. So without further ado, let's get this game underway. So the lineup for the New York Mets against Juan Marichal is going to be, let's get Juan Marichal's numbers. So Juan Marichal is had one start, is 1-0. With allowed 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, 4 walks, 3 ERA gave up 3 runs, and batters hitting .212 against him in that one game. So he pitched a complete game in his first start. So the lineup for the New York Mets is going to be, let's take a look here. So as we reach just about a month, this is a game from April 29th of 1970. So we'll be doing a video on our first month for National Pastime 3. And this is a game, again, where we play every game manually. So it does take a while to go through, but we're nearing just about a month here. So it'll be interesting to see how the stats compare. So anyway, so through, so far, Mike Jorgensen is hitting .231 on the season, with a homer and 4 runs batted in 9 games. He'll be followed by, he's playing center. He'll be followed by Bud Harrelson at short. Harrelson is hitting .250, .289 in his last 10 games with 3 runs batted in. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Ken Boswell. He's been struggling so far, hitting just .122. And hold on here. In 44 plate appearances, with 1 run batted in, .152 in his last 10 games there. So that's part of the reason why the Mets are where they're at, with only 3 wins on the season so far. So batting cleanup, it's going to be Art Shamsky, the right fielder. Shamsky hitting just .239 with 2 homers, 5 runs batted in. Batting fifth is the first baseman. Don Clendenin. He's been struggling so far too. He's hitting just .167 with 2 homers, 3 runs batted in. So not much production from the heart of the Mets lineup. Next, batting seventh is going to be the left fielder, Dave Marshall. He's only had 9 plate appearances so far. 3 for 9. With 2 homers, though, and 2 runs batted in. So he's made the most of his playing time. So batting, he's batting 6th, Mike Marshall. Batting 7th is Wayne Garrett. He's 4 for 12 on the season so far, with a run batted in. Batting 8th behind the plate is going to be Duffy Dyer. He's hitting just 200 on the season with 2 homers, 5 runs batted in. So as you can see, the Mets lineup has not been very productive so far here in this first month of the 1970 season. So alright, so that's your starting lineup for the New York Mets against Juan Marichal. So Marichal looks in for the sign from Dietz. Mike Jorgensen, 231, a homer, 4 runs batted in the box. Here's the windup and the pitch. Oops, excuse me. And it's going to be a walk. So Jorgensen gets a leadoff walk. Does not get the jump. So Jorgensen's a fast base runner, so he'll be being held on. Next up is Bud Harrelson. Harrelson comes in hitting 250 with 3 runs batted in, 75 plate appearances. And that's going to be a fielder's choice, 1-6 on the putout to get the lead runner. And Harrelson will reach first. Let's see if he gets a jump here. He does not. So Harrelson hits into the 1-6 fielder's choice. Back to the box. So to bring up Boswell, Ken Boswell comes in hitting just 122 with a run batted in. Harrelson gets his lead. Here's the delivery by Marichal. And that's going to be another fielder's choice. 4-6 on the put out. So Boswell will reach on the fielder's choice. So Boswell's slow runner. He's still being held on though by Mccovey. So to bring up Art Shamsky, 239 with 2 homers, 5 runs batted in. And that's going to be hit out to center. Mays is there to make the catch to end the inning. So that'll do it for the Mets in the first. So Jerry Kooseman, 2-2 on the season with a 3.58 earned run average. He's pitched 28 innings, allowed 26 hits, struck out 17, walked 8. So a lot of wildness there, but not getting much run support. Batters hitting 234 against him. So we'll take a look at his full card here. So there you go. That's his data for his 4 starts against the Dodgers, Phillies, and 2 against the Pirates. So he has 2 complete games. And those 2 complete games he has won. So alright, so the lineup for the San Francisco Giants is going to be Bobby Bonds. Bobby Bonds, 256 with 2 homers, 4 runs batted in, 262 in his last 10 games. Next up is going to be the second baseman, Ron Hunt. Ron Hunt hitting 217 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. Next up, Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays. He's hitting 260 with 3 homers, 9 runs batted in, 314 in his last 10 games. Cleanup hitter is Willie Mccovey. Mccovey comes in hitting 315 on the season, having a great season, with 6 homers and 13 runs batted in, 289 in his last 10 games. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Ken Henderson. Henderson hitting just 236 with 2 homers, 11 runs batted in, though. So he's had good production out of that 236. 300 in his last 10 games. Batting sixth behind the plate is going to be Dick Dietz. He comes in hitting 318 with 2 homers, 9 runs batted in. 310 in his last 10 games. Third baseman Jim Davenport will hit 7th. 286. He's just played 2 games with 8 plate appearances. So Hal Lanier, shortstop, bats 8th. 256 hitter on the season with 4 runs batted in. 273 in his last 10 games. And finally on the hill, Juan Marichal. Let's take a look at his batting stats here. So not a bad hitter, as he's 3 hits and 4 at-bats, and total of 5 plate appearances. He scored 2 runs and has an RBI, so he's been very good at the plate so far. We'll take a look at Kooseman. Kooseman not as good, only 111, just 1 hit and 9 at-bats. 11 plate appearances. So Kooseman on the hill. Dyer behind the plate. Kooseman looks in for the sign, sets the target. Bobby Bonds to lead it off, 256, 2 homers, 4 runs batted in. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be a strikeout. So Bonds strikes out looking. And we have 1 down. Next up is Ron Hunt. Hunt comes in hitting 217 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. And he takes a ball. Next pitch. He gets hit by the pitch. Clips his jersey and he'll trot to first. And he'll stay. So 1 out base runner for the Giants brings up Willie Mays. 260 with 3 homers, 9 runs batted in. Here's the pitch as Hunt is being held on by Clendenin. So 4-6. And that's going to be another strikeout. Strikes out swinging. So 2 strikeouts for Kooseman here in the first. That'll bring up Willie Mccovey off to a fast start, hitting 315 with 6 homers, 13 ribbies. And he's going to take a ball. Next pitch by Kooseman. And patience pays off as he's going to hit one here. Hits one into the gap, and that's going to be, that'll score Hunt from first. And Mccovey has himself an RBI double. So the Giants strike first. Here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Ken Henderson. Henderson 236 with 2 homers, 11 runs batted in. Here's the windup in the pitch. And Henderson's going to get a hold of one here. And Ken Henderson is going to get himself a double to left center. And that will score Mccovey from second as he was off on contact. So that'll make it a 2-0 Giants lead. That'll bring up the catcher, Dick Dietz. Dietz hitting 318 with 2 homers, 9 runs batted in. And he's going to draw the walk. So Kooseman having some trouble here in the first. He's already given up 2 runs, 2 base runners on. For the number 7 hitter, Jim Davenport, 286, looking for his first RBI. Base hit could get him that. Here's the pitch by Kooseman. And he'll ground out to third to end the inning. But the Giants score 2, and after 1, it's San Francisco 2 and New York nothing. Top of the second will be Clendenin, Marshall, and Garrett against Marichal. Marichal looks in for the sign. Here's the delivery. Clendenin, 167 hitter on the season with 2 homers, 3 runs batted in. And he strikes out swinging, so the Mets continue to struggle here against Marichal. That'll bring up Dave Marshall. Marshall has 2 home runs in just 2 solo shots in 9 plate appearances so far and limited at-bats. See what we can do here against Marichal. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be a base hit. So Marshall will reach the first New York Mets hit here. And he will stay put. So 1 out base runner for the Mets. That'll bring up Wayne Garrett. Garrett, 333 in 16 plate appearances. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. So he takes the strike. Marichal looks in for the sign. Looks at the runner. Here's the next pitch. And he strikes out looking for out number 2. So 2 Ks now for Marichal. So it'll bring up Duffy Dyer. Catcher comes in hitting 200 with 2 homers, 5 runs batted in, and 16 plate appearances. And he's going to get one here. And Marichal will make his way to third, so he'll go first to third, as he was off on the pitch. So it'll put runners at the corners with 2 down here. And it brings up Kooseman. See if he can help his own cause here. Just 1 for 11 so far. Or 1 for 9, actually. With 2 walks. Here's the pitch. And he'll take a called third strike, and that will do it for the Mets in the second. So we head to the bottom of the second with the Giants still leading 2-0. Kooseman will face Lanier, Marichal, then the top of the order in Bonds. So Hal Lanier comes in hitting .256 with 4 runs batted and 41 plate appearances. Here's the pitch. He's going to get one here. That's going to be a base hit. So Lanier will reach on a single. And we'll check all restrictions here, as Lanier is not a fast base runner. So to bring up Marichal, which probably didn't need to do because he's going to bunt anyway. So Marichal will be called upon the bunt here, despite hitting .750 on the season. So Kooseman, I'm going to play the, I can't play the infield in, so 3-3, that could have been a hit too. It probably would have been, but he was scoring around. So he'll get the job done and get the runner in scoring position. Already has a 2-0 lead. So that'll bring up Bobby Bonds. Struck out his first time up. And here gets his leadoff second. And I'm going to put some brakes on him. Here's the pitch to Bonds. And that's going to be an infield hit. See if Bonds gets the jump here. 1-6, he does, and he's going to swipe second. So that'll put 2 runners in scoring position. And we'll leave that on. So let's see what Hunt can do. Hunt was hit by a pitch his first time up, but did come around the score. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a fly out to left. Too shallow for Lanier to try it, and the runners will hold. So to bring up Willie Mays. See if he can extend the Giant lead here. Mays struck out swinging his first time up. And Mays is going to get a hold of one here. And that's going to be a 2-run single. To say, hey, kid. And that will double the Giants' lead now 4-0 as the Mets continue to struggle here in 1970. Kooseman's now got a D rating here, so his leash is probably going to be short here. So that'll bring up Willie Mccovey now. Mccovey had an RBI double his first time up. Mays gets his lead off first. And that's going to be a ball on Mccovey. Next pitch. And he'll fly out to center to end the inning. So the Giants tack on 2 more, and it's now 4-0 after 2. And that's while the top of the order, Jorgensen, Harrelson, and Boswell against Marichal. Jorgensen walked his first time up. And this time he'll strike out looking for out number 1. So to bring up Bud Harrelson. Harrelson hit into a 1-6 fielder's choice. And that's going to be a base hit. So Harrelson will reach. See if he's going to try to steal here, and he will not. Cannot get the jump. So 1-out base runner for the Mets. Brings up Ken Boswell also into a fielder's choice. Harrelson gets his lead. Here's a delivery by Marichal. And he's going to hit into a 6-4-3 double play. So that will do it for the Mets in the third. As we head to the fourth, it'll be Henderson, Dietz, and Davenport against Kooseman. So Henderson doubled and scored his first time up. Sorry, had an RBI double his first time up. And that is going to be a going, gone home run over the right field fence for Henderson. As Shamsky just watches it go. So the Giants have scored in every frame so far against Kooseman. So Dietz up there now as there is still action in the Mets pen. And Dietz walked his first time up. And he's going to reach second on a double here, so we'll be right back. So Kooseman did go 7 innings, but he's struggling in this one. So here's the pitch to Davenport, who hit into a 5-3 put out his first time up, ground out. And he'll hit into a ground out to second as Dietz moves over to third. So that'll be a Pal Lanier as they're going to play the infield in here. Lanier had an RBI single his first time up. Actually, I think that's RBI with the check mark there. Let's just double check. No, that's a run. Okay. So I think I was right the first time there. Oops. There you go. So that is a run scored there. RBI is the asterisk. It's been a while. Well, actually we did play a game yesterday, I think. But we weren't really paying attention to our check marks. It's been a while since we've called the game here of National Pastime 3. So Hal Lanier up there now. As Dietz gets his short lead off third. Here's the delivery. Infield playing in. And that's going to be a base hit past the drawn-in infield. And that will bring another run home. So it'll bring up Juan Marichal. So they're going to play the infield back here. Hoping Marichal will hit into a double play. Marichal sacrificed his first time up. And he strikes out swing for out number 2. So that brings up Bobby Bonds. Bobby Bonds 1 for 2. Scored, singled, and scored. Stole a bag too. His last time up. And he strikes out looking. And that will do it. So the Giants add another 2. They've scored 2 in every frame so far, and it's 6-0 as we head to the fourth. So Marichal to face. Marichal also with a D rating right now. Marichal to face, but he is pitching a shutout, so he'll face Shamsky, Clendenin, and Marshall for the Mets. Shamsky flew out to center his first time up, but he'll reach this time with a base hit. So that'll bring up Don Clendenin. He struck out his first time up. And he's going to hit into a fielder's choice. He'll get the lead runner. For out number 1. Next up, Dave Marshall. He singled his first time up. Whoops, we dropped a die here. And it's going to be a 5-6, which is going to be a pop out to short. So Lanier will put it away for out number 2. Going to bring up Wayne Garrett, who struck out his first time out. 4 strikeouts from Marichal so far. And he will have a slow roller back to the pitcher, throws to first, and that will do it for the Mets in the top of the 4th. So through 3.5, it's 6-0 San Fran. Kooseman back out there. Hunt, Mays, and Mccovey. Hunt was hit by a pitch and flew out to left. And he's going to walk. So to bring up Mays. Mays had a 2-run single his first time up. Hunt gets his lead out first. And he'll foul out to the catcher for out number 1. So Mccovey up there now. Had an RBI double and came around the score. His first at bat, 1 for 2. And he'll hit into the 5-4-3 double play. And Ron Hunt is going to get injured here, so we have an injury. So we got to write that down. As we got to find a piece of paper here. So Hunt gets injured for 4 games on 4/29 for the Giants. Okay. So he came up lame there. And it must have been running the bases there. So Hunt is going to come out of the game. Be right back. Alright, so Taylor and Gallagher were used in the game. We'll see if any one of those guys can play second base. So Taylor. Nope. Or Gallagher. He can't, but he can play third. Can Davenport play second? Wait, hold on here. And he cannot. So, okay. Alright, so, well, it looks like we have to pick somebody else, though, that hasn't played and didn't play in the game due to the injury. So, looking for it now. Definitely not George Foster. Tito Fuentes? Yeah, he's actually pretty good. So, we're going to bring in Tito Fuentes. So, come in for Ron Hunt. So Hunt exits the game. Alright, so Fuentes is a little better defensively. He's a 6th defensively, so it's an upgrade there, but they lose Hunt. So Marichal will face Dyer, and then the pitcher spot, I imagine they're going to replace Kooseman here. Down 6-0, so 5-2 to Dyer, who's singled his first time up. And that is going to be it for Jerry Kooseman. He's being called back. So Cleon Jones is going to be called to pinch hit for Kooseman, whose day is done after just 4 innings. Ron Taylor is warming up in the Mets pen. So Cleon Jones up the bat now. 236 and 62 plate appearances with 8 runs batted in. He did pinch hit in the actual game. Here's the pitch by Marichal. And that's going to be a base hit. Play it safe, down by 6. So 1 out base runner for the Mets brings up Mike Jorgensen. Jorgensen walked and struck out. Jones being held on by Mccovey. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's not the roll you want, a 1-2. That's going to be an out 100% of the time. And you'll hit into the 4-6-3 double play. So net stranded runner at first, and that will be it. Let's see. So for them in the top of the 5th, so halfway through, 6-0 Giants. It's going to be Ron Taylor. So he's not going to be able to pitch too much, as he pitched 2 innings yesterday. He only pitched, I think, 2/3 of an inning in this game. Let's see if we can get an inning out of him anyway. Possibly 2 if we have to. So Ron Taylor is a C grade with a Z and DP minus modifiers. So Ken Henderson having a good day. He had a solo home run and had an RBI single, so 2 RBIs already today, 2 for 2. See what he does here against Taylor. Oh, and he continues his hot day. And he will double to right center, so Ken Henderson gets his 3rd hit here. I think his 3rd extra base hit. So to bring up Dick Dietz, who's 1 for 1 and is also walked, had an so Henderson gets his lead off second. Giants looking to add to their 6-0 lead here. Taylor looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch to Dietz. And it's going to be a base hit. Henderson will hold that 3rd with nobody out, so he'll put runners at the corners. So, Giants threatening once again to add to their 6-0 lead and blow it wide open. Davenport up there now. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He's grounded up twice. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a walk to load the bases, so the Giants, the Mets pitching continues to struggle here. So the base is loaded now, so they are going to play the infield in here. Trying to limit the damage here. So Lanier, the shortstop up there now. He's 2 for 2 on the day also with an RBI and a run scored. 2 singles. Here's the pitch. The infield drawn in. And that's going to be an error on the shortstop, Harrelson. So the Mets' woes continue. This has been pretty much what's been going on the 1970 season after winning it all last year. So that will make it a 8-0 lead now. Runners still at the corners. Taylor has not gotten it out yet. So Marichal up there now, looking to help his own cause once again. He sacrificed and struck out. And so he'll get an 11 here, and that's going to be... No, it's not actually, not with Marichal. That is going to be a flyout. And Davenport not willing to risk it. Too shallow. As he hits it to Jorgensen. So Bobby Bonds up there now. He struck out twice and singled, stolen a base and scored. Oh, and the floodgates are starting to open now. That's going to be another hit. And that will score, no, another flyout, sorry. For some reason I thought double would be a hit, but it's not. Not against Taylor, so 2 down now. As the brakes were on Davenport there. So to bring up Fuentes now, getting his first at-bat since coming on. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be an error. Oh, jeez. An error on Garrett. And that will score another run. As Taylor Looking to try to get out of this. Giants looking to get into double digits here. So May's up there now. He's 1 for 3 with a 2-run single. Oh my goodness. And that will be a home run for Willie Mays. So Mays, it's a 3-run homer. And the Mets blow it up. Giants blow it open now. 12-0. Wow. And that's going to be it for Taylor. So Taylor's day is done. And Tug McGraw is going to come in now. So McGraw, B rating, lefty. Face the lefty Mccovey. Mccovey 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Base is empty now. And he'll get Mccovey to ground out to second. But the Giants double their score. Strike for 6 runs here in the 5th and now lead at 12-0. As Marichal with a commanding lead now. He'll face Harrelson, Boswell, and Shamsky. Harrelson 1 for 2. It's turning into a laugher. Again, that's been the story of the Mets season so far. Just 3-14. Soon to be 3-15. So that'll be a walk, though. So a good start for the Mets. They need a lot of base runners. 12 of them, sorry. So that'll bring up Ken Boswell. So if you're a Mets fan, you're probably not enjoying this one. If you're a Giants fan, you're loving it. So 3-5. And it's going to be a wild pitch. Henderson will move into scoring position. So Boswell 0 for 2 on the day. And he should get a hit here. And that's going to be a base hit, and the Mets finally get on the board here. As Boswell gets an RBI single. So 12-1 now. So Shamsky there, up now. Shamsky 1 for 2, singled. His last time up. And he'll fly out to right for out number 1. Don Clendenin up now, 0 for 2. And they'll get the lead runner here. Clendenin will reach on the fielder's choice. So it'll be Dave Marshall. Singles his first time up, 1 for 2. And he'll strike out swinging to end the inning. So the Mets get on the board, and it's 12-1 after 5.5. McGraw back out there. He'll face Ken Henderson, who's as hot as ever. A pair of doubles and a single. With 2 ribbies and 2 runs scored. And he continues his perfect day, now 4 for 4. With a base hit, single size. Now he's a triple away from the cycle. So Dietz up there now, also perfect on the day, 2 for 2. 2 runs scored and a walk. Henderson gets his lead off first. And he'll fly up to left for out number 1. Then we have Davenport. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And that's going to be a base hit. Henderson will hold at second, so first and second. Oh, 5-5. And that is going to be a RBI double for Davenport. No, actually not an RBI, sorry. That'll move. Henderson will stop at third. So 2 runners in scoring position for Marichal. Marichal will hit for himself. Chance to add to the lead here. 11-run lead. 5-3. And he's going to be hit by the pitch, so they hit Marichal. The Giants think that's on purpose there, as they hit him right in the shoulder there. Marichal shrugs it off and heads to first. Glares at McGraw as he does. That definitely looked like it could have been intentional. So that will load the bases for Bobby Bonds, who's 1 for 4 with a run scored. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a ball on Bonds. Comes the next pitch. And that's going to be a fielder's choice 6-4. And that will do it. So the Giants load the bases but do not score, but lead it 12-1 after 6.5. Marichal back out there for inning number 7. Mets send up the bottom third of the order. Garrett and Dyer, and then the pitcher's spot. And that's going to be a walk. So next up, Dyer. Dyer 1 for 2. And it'll be a wild pitch, so Garrett move into scoring position. And Dyer's next pitch, that's going to be a base hit. Garrett will come around to score the Mets' second run. And that'll make it 12-2. So there's some loosening up in the Giants' pen. Tug McGraw up to the plate now, and he'll be pinch hit for. Let's see here. So, Tommy Agee or Joe Foy. Joe Foy has the better on base percentage, so we're going to have Joe Foy come up. Looks like Cal Kuntz is loosening up in the Mets pen. So Joe Foy, 278 with a homer and 4 runs batted in 63 plate appearances, the former Red Sox. Here's the pitch to Foy. Dyer being held on at first. And that's going to be a ball on Foy. And he's going to be hit by a pitch, or another hit batter, as the umpire is giving warnings to both teams. Marichal hit, Foy now hit, and I know there's been other... There's another batter that was hit too. Who else was hit? And Hunt's been hit. Oh yeah, Hunt. Ron Hunt. So that may be why he's out of the game too. Not just the walk. He may have some lingering effects from that being hit by the pitch the first time up. So alright, so runners on first and second, 2 slow base runners on, so we'll check all the restrictions. Not wanting to run into an out here, so that'll bring up Mike Jorgensen top of the order. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Still nobody out. Mets looking to get something going here, get back in this game. And that's going to be a strike 3 looking on Jorgensen. So that'll bring up Bud Harrelson. Bud Harrelson 1 for 2. It's also walked. And Harrelson looks like he's going to have himself a hit here. Dyer will hold that third, and that's going to load the bases. And I think that may be it for Marichal. Let's see. Yeah, that will be it for Marichal. Frank Lindsay has been warming up, and he will come in the game. So Marichal's day is done. He goes 6 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs, responsible for 3 base runners. So they will play back with a 10-run lead. So to bring up Ken Boswell. That's going to get back in this game with a long one here. Boswell does not have a home run yet this season. This would be a great time for it. And let's check his card out here. Does he have a home run anywhere on here? He does. So, Boswell up to the plate now. Boswell 1 for 3 on the day. Here's a windup in the pitch to Boswell. Oops. And that's going to be a ball, as Lindsay does not give up many walks. So that's a full count now on Boswell. And Boswell is going to get himself an infield single, it looks like. Through short, just past the shortstop. As Lanier got a glove on it, but knocked it down. But that'll bring home a run there. So it's going to make it 12-3 now. Let's see, I don't think this will matter. There we go. So to bring up Art Shamsky. Shamsky 1 for 3 on the day. Now 12-3. Shamsky a 5-5. And that's going to be a 2-run single. And that's going to make it a 12-5 game. So the Mets have plated 4 here in the top of the 7th, and it's now 12-5. Still only 1 out here. There is action in the Mets pen here as Lindsay is struggling after coming on from Marichal. So Don Clendenin up to the plate now. Clendenin 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be another base hit. Actually, a ground out, sir. And they'll get the runner at first. So almost got through, but Davenport is able to get a glove on it and throw out the runner at first. So 2 runners in scoring position now for Dave Marshall. Marshall 1 for 3, singled his first time up. Lindsay looking to get out of it. 4-3. And he will as he grounds out back to the mound. So the Mets get back in this somewhat. Now a 12-5 game as we head to the home half of the 7th. Take Me Out to the Ball game is being played here at Candlestick Park here. So let's see here what's going to be going on here now. So Foy will come out, and it's Cal Kuntz. Yeah, that's who I said was warming. And Kuntz is going to come in. Been a while since he's pitched. So Cal Kuntz now would like to stop the Giants from scoring this inning and get the Mets back up there. See what they can do. So Tito Fuentes, he reached on an error since coming on. 2-5. And that's going to be a round out to short for out number 1. So to bring Willie Mays, he's having a good day today. He's 2 for 4 with a 3-run homer and a 2-run single. 5 Art ribbies on the day. So definitely in line for player of the game is Willie Mays. Here's the pitch to Mays. And he'll strike out swing. He's trying to go deep again, it looked like. So that brings up Willie Mccovey 1 for 4 with an RBI. And he strikes out. So Kuntz is able to get Mays and McCovey. Strikes both of them out. Just what the Mets needed. Now the Mets back up there. They'll have bottom third of the order. Garrett Dyer in the pitcher spot. Garrett 0 for 2 with a walk. And it's down by 7 here. Lindsay back up on the hill. He's lined up in the pitch. And that is going to be a pop out to third for out number 1. Duffy Dyer up there now. Dyer is 2 for 3. Pair of singles. And he'll pop out to second. That's going to bring up the batter, Kuntz, and yeah, Kuntz is going to have to come out of the game here. So they will pinch hit for him. And Tommy Agee will come in to pinch hit. So Kuntz's day is done. And I think Lindsay is going to be replaced too. So Ron Bryant is going to come in. So Ron Bryant, a C-grade pitcher, lefty, to face the righty Agee. Got a W and G modifiers. So Bryant 0-2 on the season with 8.38 earned run average in mop-up duty here. Trying to get that ERA down a bit. Batters are hitting .364 against him, so Agee hitting .250 in 70 plate appearances with a homer and 5 runs batted in. And he will draw the walk. So 2-out walk to Agee. And I'll bring up Mike Jorgensen, top of the order. Jorgensen 0 for 3 with a walk. And he's going to hit into the fielder's choice. And that will do it for the Mets in the 8th. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. 12-5 San Francisco. And who do we bring in here? Hold on. So, alright, so the next 2 games, Mets had complete games. And the game before against the Giants, it was Tug McGraw, and he already pitched today, so we're going to have to pick one on our own here. So who do we got coming up here? Switcher and a bunch of righties, so let's see here. Yeah, we'll bring in him. Don Caldwell. Some mop-up duty here. Cardwell hasn't done so bad on the season. Had like a 7.68 earned run average on the actual season, but so far in 6 innings pitched, he's allowed 7 hits, struck out 2, walked 3, 3.18 ERA, and 3.18 batting average against. It's a C rating, a righty. It's C, Z, M, and DP plus modifiers, so it gives up a lot of home runs with that M ball there, M rating. And that is going to be a fly out to left for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Mets have Harrelson, Boswell, and Shamsky due up in the top of the 9th. So Dietz up there now. Dietz 2 for 3, single and a double. And that's going to be a single. So he'll reach again. So I bring up Jim Davenport, 1 for 3 on the day. Singled his last at bat. And that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So do we want to bring Bryant out there? We'll be right back. And we're going to bring in Don McMahon. Get some work. Non-save situation. He'll come in just to get some work. Does not have many save opportunities, as the Mets only have 3 wins. So he'll be in there just to get some work. So McMahon, A rating, XZ modifier is DP minus. So far in the season, these 17 innings pitched, he's got a 3 points. He does get a lot of innings pitched though. 3.71 earned average. Batters just hitting 203 against him. So Harrelson 2 for 3 up to the plate for the Mets. Mets need base runners, down by 7. And that will not do it as he strikes out looking for out number 1. Thought he had ball 4 there, but says no. So Ken Boswell up now, 2 for 4. He's singled his last 2 times up. And he'll draw the 1-out walk. So Boswell will be lifted for a faster runner here. Not much speed, unfortunately, but Al Weiss is going to come in to pinch run. So Art Shamsky up to now, he's also 2 for 4, had a 2-run single his last time up. And he's going to be hit by a pitch, so another one hit by a pitch. And despite the warnings, the umps do not throw him out. As that one, as he did slip coming off the mound there. So that was, did not look intentional on that one. So Art Shamsky will be, brakes will be put on him. So, all right. That brings up Don Clendenin. Clendenin 0 for 4 on the day. 2-6. He needed that 6-6 on the first roll. And that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play, and that will do it as the Giants all over the Mets today, 12-5. Let's take a look at the box score here. As Mr. Brody shakes himself in the background. Definitely saying that the Mets just did not have it once again today. So Marichal will get the win. He's 2-0. Kooseman the loss, 2-3 now. As the Giants win big here. Alright, so no saves, and we are not doing holds because there were no holds back then. So we're just not going to keep track of them. One less thing to keep track of. No saves. So there we go. And yes, we will save as part of our replay. So alright, so Juan Marichal, 2-0, 6 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Frank Lindsay, 1 1/3 innings, allows 2 hits. Ron Bryant, 1/3 of an inning, walked a batter. And Don McMahon pitches a scoreless 9th, walking a batter and striking out 1. Also hit a batter. Marichal also hit a batter too. For the Mets, who continue to struggle, now we'll take a look at the standings after this. I think they're 3-15 now. So Jerry Kooseman falls to 2-3, 4 innings pitched, 8 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Allowed a home run, hit a batter. Ron Taylor, 2/3 of innings, allows 3 hits, 6 runs, a walk, including a home run. All those runs, unfortunately, will not earn, though, due to the errors by, I'm not sure if that was Harrelson. I think it might have been Harrelson. Harrelson and Garrett, I think they might have committed them in the same inning, possibly. But I believe so. So Ron Taylor gives up 6 unearned runs. So Tug McGraw, inning in a 1/3. 2 hits allowed. Hit a batter. Cal Kuntz pitches a scoreless inning, striking out 2. And Don Cardwell pitches an inning, giving up a hit, facing 3 batters. So for the Giants, Bobby Bonds 1 for 5 with a stolen base. Scored a run. Ron Hunt, who will miss next 4 games. Looks like the lingering effects of that hit by pitch there, as it did catch him on the top of the foot there, so that's probably took a little while to fester there, and had to come out after the inning in which he walked in. So Tito Fuentes came in as a replacement. He was 0 for 2 with a run scored. Willie Mays 2 for 5 with a run scored. including a home run. I believe it was a 3-run homer and a 2-run double. No, it wasn't a double. 2-run single. So he knocked in 5. Willie Mccovey was 1 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI. Ken Henderson had a great day, 4 for 5 with 2 runs scored, 2 doubles, and 2 runs batted in. Dick Dietz was 3 for 4 with a 2 runs scored and a double. Jim Davenport 1 for 4 with a run scored and a walk. Ron Hunt also walked. Jim Davenport 1 for 4 with a run scored and a walk. And Hal Lanier at short was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored, including an RBI. Ken Henderson knocked in 2 too. Marichal 0 for 2. For the Mets, Mike Jorgensen was 0 for 4 in the leadoff spot with a walk. Bud Harrelson 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. No RBI, sorry, he walked. Ken Boswell was 2 for 4 with 2 runs batted and a walk. Al Weiss came in as a pinch runner, not getting at bat. Art Shamsky 2 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. Don Clendenin was 0 for 5. Dave Marshall 1 for 4. Wayne Garrett was 0 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Duffy Dyer behind the plate was 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. So Jerry Kooseman 0 for 1 at the plate officially. Cleon Jones was 1 for 1 with a single. And Taylor and McGraw did not get at bats. And Joe Foy was hit by a pitch and came around to score. So players of the game, I think we're going to give 2 players of the game. We're going to give Willie Mays, who was 2 for 5 with a 3-run homer and a 2-run single, knocking in 5. And we're going to give Ken Henderson, who was 4 for 5 with 2 runs scored, including 2 doubles and a home run and a 2 knocking in 2. So that's it. So this is our 400 subscriber special. So thank you for joining us. It's Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. Thank you to all 400 of you, and we look forward to the next 400 and beyond. So thank you very much. Take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next National Pastime 3 1970 season replay. And also check us out on the Delphi forums. They're under NPIII 1970 replay under Skeetersoft on the Delphi forums. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye now.